Amid a crowd of 45,000 enthusiastic heavy metal fans, a small voice pierced the noise when 8-year-old Emma called out, "This is my last concert ever." What Ozzy did in response turned into one of the most poignant moments in rock music history. It happened on June 18, 2022, at Soldier Field in Chicago. Ozzy Osbourne was delivering what many thought could be among his last big performances, and the energy in the air felt charged with deep feeling. 45,000 supporters had come to see an icon, yet none anticipated joining in such a deeply moving and touching experience. In the front row, within a designated wheelchair-accessible area, sat 8-year-old Emma Sullivan alongside her parents, Michael and Sarah. Emma wore a small Ozzy t-shirt that draped loosely over her fragile body. Even with an oxygen tube under her nose, she radiated more excitement than anyone else in the venue. Emma had been fighting acute lymphoblastic leukemia for 3 years. She had faced repeated chemotherapy sessions, frequent hospital stays, and treatments that would challenge even the strongest adults. Yet throughout those hardships, she discovered resilience in an unexpected source: Ozzy Osbourne's music. Her admiration for Ozzy began during her initial hospital admission at age 5. A night nurse called Patricia played classic rock to soothe the young patients. When Dreamer started, little Emma asked to hear it repeatedly. "That song makes me feel courageous," she told her parents. "When Ozzy sings about dreaming, I imagine healing and attending one of his shows." For 3 years, no matter the therapies or difficulties, Emma held onto that goal firmly. She longed to watch Ozzy perform in person. Her parents assured her that once she gained enough strength, they would fulfill it. 2 weeks prior to the Chicago show, her physicians shared crushing news. The leukemia had returned with greater force, and she likely had only weeks remaining. "All treatment possibilities have been used up," they explained. "We wish to bring her home and fill her final days with as much comfort and beauty as we can," her parents informed the care team. At that moment, Emma voiced her wish. "I want to attend the Ozzy concert. I want to listen to Dreamer one final time before I become one." Her parents hesitated about transporting their seriously ill daughter to a large outdoor event, but the medical staff endorsed the choice. Dr. Martinez noted at this stage, "Moments of happiness and meaning outweigh strict medical restrictions." Michael and Sarah reached out to the venue regarding accommodations for Emma and her equipment. The Soldier Field team, touched by her circumstances, set up special arrangements: a front-row wheelchair spot, on-site medical support, and approval to carry her oxygen supply plus urgent medications. Emma prepared diligently for days. She rehearsed singing Ozzy's tracks despite her limited strength, selected her clothing thoughtfully, the Ozzy shirt her aunt purchased during her first remission, and created a handmade sign that said, "Ozzy, I'm 8 and this is my last concert ever. Can you sing Dreamer for me?" "Are you certain about including that on the sign, honey?" Sarah asked softly. "Yes, Mommy," Emma answered with the calm clarity that children confronting mortality often show. "I want him to understand how much it means." During the opening hour of the performance, Emma existed in complete joy. Despite fatigue and the intense surroundings, she joined in on every familiar track. Her parents observed in wonder, as their gravely ill daughter displayed vitality they had not witnessed in months. While Shot in the Dark played, Emma rose from her wheelchair with her father's assistance and lifted her small fist high, mirroring the metal fans surrounding her. Those nearby, aware of her situation, formed a gentle barrier around the family while keeping her fully part of the shared experience. "This is the greatest day of my entire life," Emma murmured to her mother during a short break between songs. As Ozzy began Bark at the Moon, Emma gathered her remaining energy and took an action that astonished even her parents. She stood from her wheelchair, lifted her sign high overhead, and called out with all the volume her small voice could muster, "Ozzy, this is my last concert ever." Her voice, though faint yet resolute, managed to rise above the music and the roar of the crowd. Several people close by caught her words and started gesturing toward her, attempting to draw Ozzy's notice. Ozzy, guided by his seasoned stage awareness, picked up on the activity in the front row and the directed fingers. He peered through the bright lights and spotted a small figure clutching a sign, standing upright despite clear physical struggle. Ozzy halted Bark at the Moon, partway through, and moved right to the front edge of the stage. The band, taking his cue, slowly eased off their instruments as the lead singer turned his full attention to the audience. "What's written on that sign, sweetheart?" Ozzy called, his voice projecting cleanly over the venue's audio system. Emma's father raised her a little higher so Ozzy could get a clearer view. With all 45,000 attendees now focused on the moment, Emma read her sign out loud. "Ozzy, I'm 8, and this is my last concert ever. Can you sing Dreamer for me?" The entire stadium went perfectly quiet. 45,000 rugged metal fans instantly realized they were part of something deeply meaningful. Ozzy felt his legs weaken beneath him. He had played for millions across more than 50 years, yet nothing had ever struck him quite this way. A child nearing the end whose one remaining wish centered on hearing him perform. "What's your name, Angel?" Ozzy asked, emotion already thickening his words. "Emma Sullivan," she answered back. "I'm 8 years old, and I love you so much." Ozzy started crying openly on stage. "Emma Sullivan," he echoed. "Emma, you're the bravest person I've ever come across, and you know something. Dreamer is my favorite song as well." He turned toward his bandmates. "Guys, we're going to do something unique for Emma." Then he spoke to the audience. "Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Emma Sullivan. She's 8 years old. She's been battling leukemia for 3 years, and tonight marks her final concert. She wants to hear Dreamer, and I believe we owe her the most heartfelt rendition of that song ever played." What followed stands apart from anything seen at a live show before. Ozzy arranged for Emma and her parents to join him on stage, placing her wheelchair beside his microphone stand. "Emma," he said, "I'd like you to help me sing this one. Are you up for it?" Even in her fragile state, Emma nodded with clear enthusiasm. As Ozzy launched into Dreamer, an extraordinary thing unfolded. Emma's delicate, weakened voice blended with his strong delivery, forming a harmony that felt both sorrowful and uplifting. The true wonder emerged when the full 45,000 began joining in, not with their typical fierce intensity, but with gentleness and respect that turned the hard rock track into something soft and comforting, almost like a lullaby created for one gravely ill child. No one in Soldier Field remained unmoved. Rough-looking bikers wept openly. Teenagers shed tears without shame. Parents pulled their own kids closer, suddenly reminded of life's delicate nature. The track evolved into a collective expression of care, a unified gesture of affection and solidarity for a young girl meeting her final path with remarkable bravery. When the final notes faded, the response was not the explosive roar typical of rock shows. Instead, it came as a respectful, deeply felt ovation that stretched on for almost 10 minutes, a way for 45,000 people to honor Emma. Once the public tribute concluded, Ozzy stayed with Emma privately on stage, while the crew prepared the next number. Their exchange, recorded by venue cameras though not shown live, later became one of rock's most cherished private recordings. "Are you frightened, Emma?" Ozzy asked kindly. "Sometimes," she answered truthfully, "but not at this moment. Right now, I feel like I'm soaring." "You know what, sweetheart? You're going to keep soaring. Even when I'm no longer able to see you, you'll keep soaring." Ozzy handed Emma his own guitar pick, presented a backstage pass labeled Emma's VIP for life, and vowed to dedicate every future performance of Dreamer to her memory. The concert had an immediate, noticeable effect on Emma. The happiness and vitality she felt appeared to grant her strength that medical science could not fully account for. "We anticipated days of exhaustion afterward," Dr. Martinez later remarked. "Instead, she showed greater alertness and liveliness than she'd had in weeks." Emma lived 3 additional months beyond what anyone had predicted. During that period, she shared her experience widely, connected with other children facing illness, and promoted the idea that dreams remain worth pursuing, no matter how limited the time. Footage of Emma and Ozzy's duet spread rapidly online, reaching over 200 million views across platforms within hours. The hashtag #DreamerEmma grew into a worldwide emblem of resilience amid terminal disease. The clip inspired countless individuals to post their personal accounts of drawing courage from music during hardship. Emma's parents founded the Dreamer Emma Foundation, dedicated to fulfilling final wishes for children with terminal conditions. Ozzy accepted the role of honorary chairman and has since helped raise millions to support its mission. Emma showed me that occasionally the single most meaningful action is to pause everything so one person's wish can come true, Ozzy stated at the Foundation's first major gathering. Each June 18th, Soldier Field hosts Emma's Night, a benefit concert with funds going to children with life-limiting illnesses. Ozzy performs Dreamer annually, joined onstage by Emma's parents. "She's still present with us," Ozzy says. "Every year, every time we play that song, Emma's soaring." Emma's experience reshaped Ozzy's approach to live shows. He started giving extra consideration to younger audience members and collaborating with pediatric hospitals to deliver music to children unable to attend events. "Emma taught me that music does more than entertain," Ozzy reflects. "It's healing for the spirit. It's hope at times when hope feels out of reach." Emma Sullivan's story serves as a reminder that the most profound moments often arise when we halt our plans to truly recognize someone who needs to be noticed. Ozzy might have finished the song and allowed staff to address Emma's request afterward. Instead, he chose to bring her experience into the open, uniting 45,000 people in a circle of compassion around one gravely ill child. Emma's poise and delight in facing mortality showed everyone there that life measures not by its duration, but by the depth with which it is lived. At times, the quietest voices deliver the strongest truths, and the most wounded hearts become the ones that show us how to care more deeply. Medical professionals could not fully account for Emma's post-concert changes from a clinical perspective alone. Her lab results displayed unexpected positive shifts, and her overall vitality rose sharply in ways that challenged her earlier outlook. Sometimes, Dr. Martinez explained to Emma's parents, "The human spirit has the ability to surpass what medicine expects." What Emma went through that evening, being noticed, honored, and embraced by 45,000 individuals, sparked a healing effect that science has yet to completely explain, though its presence is undeniable. Emma's progress extended beyond her body. Her outlook shifted entirely. She moved from a quiet acceptance of her approaching end to a determined effort to embrace every remaining second of life. "I have tasks ahead of me now," Emma told her parents. "I need to support other children in the same situation." News of Emma's experience spread to famous figures globally. Musicians, actors, and sports stars contacted her family, eager to meet her and back her mission. Paul McCartney recorded a personal video message for her. Taylor Swift spoke with her by phone. The Chicago Bears named her honorary captain for one of their matches. Still, Emma felt the deepest connection with Ozzy. They formed a real bond, with Ozzy phoning her weekly to ask about her health and recount details from his travels on the road. "Emma became like a granddaughter to me," Ozzy said afterward. "She showed me more about truly living than I ever showed her about performing music." Throughout those additional 3 months, Emma stepped forward as a voice for other young cancer patients. She traveled to pediatric hospitals throughout the Midwest, recounting her journey and offering encouragement to families dealing with parallel challenges. She would perform Dreamer for children undergoing treatment, and soon many asked for the same song to help them through tough medical procedures. Known as Emma's Song in children's wards, it turned into a wellspring of resilience for hundreds of young patients. "When I sing Ozzy's song to the other kids," Emma explained, "I watch their expressions brighten. They begin to believe they can be dreamers as well." 3 months following the Soldier Field event, Emma's health started to worsen quickly. Recognizing her time was truly limited, she expressed one last wish: "I want to sing Dreamer once more. But this time I want to create a video for all the hospital kids who aren't able to attend live shows." Ozzy agreed without hesitation to assist. In what became Emma's concluding musical moment, They filmed a music video inside the children's section of Chicago's Lurie Hospital. The recording, which showed Emma singing alongside numerous other young cancer patients, served as her lasting contribution to others. It amassed more than 500 million views and generated millions in funding for childhood cancer research. Emma passed away calmly on September 22, 2022, with her family by her side and Dreamer playing gently in the room. Her last words were, "Tell Ozzy I'm still flying." During her funeral, Ozzy delivered an acoustic version of Dreamer, accompanied by hundreds of children from nearby hospitals who sang along. Emma accomplished more in her 8 years than many do in 80. Ozzy remarked at the service, "She demonstrated that dreams carry no expiration date, and love continues even after life ends." If this account of bravery, affection, and music's capacity to bring healing has touched you, keep in mind that countless children like Emma Sullivan are in hospitals around the world, waiting for a chance to see their own dreams realized.